quest. And also trying, while we're doing this quest, trying to pull for Furina. Don't know if I currently have a decent amount of power gems. I definitely would need more, but we're gonna set up a place for Sumeru Archon quest, provided we don't have to do any major battles. I'd be using loadout I have right here.
This is destiny.
Otherwise, we'll be using. We might be should switch.
Anything you need delivered?
I might want to use this loadout.
I'm so sleepy.
The hunt begins!
There are still so many places for us to explore.
So I'm gonna be going over Sumeru real quick. And then after Sumeru, we get to do Fontaine, I think. Which I'm excited for.
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
Let's start heading over. Where is our quest? I should probably set to be that quest actually, probably. Where is it? Chronic. Okay. I really want to, because I like to walk across water without misprinting with mana. It would be very helpful, actually. I know, chat, I'm a bit super, anyways. I think we left off with
Scry the sky.
Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested!
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's calling your name! They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Yep, on the way, boss. I find it interesting they could use the blackout thing and then switch cutscenes, but they don't, so the movies are fun.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
Oh, what? I already did it.
The withering is back?
I don't know about that.
But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
I can clear withering zones.
Wait, Tainari! Why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effect.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements. Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal with similar situations before.
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering before you left Gandharvaville. Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with me. I'm sure you'll both be able to help.
I wish there were like tracks. I should probably heal up actually, because I think everyone's a bit half health right now. If I actually have food to do that. I do not have any food on me. Honestly, the only one that's dying. Okay. What's that withering gun? Okay. I need to real quick level up my Diona, because I might be a bit under leveled for the other character, but my Diona is pretty. I don't know why, it's just really easy to upgrade. I think I can even... Yeah, that's actually not that hard. For the next one. Stuff I can use to make somebody upgraded very things.
Hey, look! That gloomy area over there looks like a withering zone. Even though Paimon's seen one before, it's still kinda scary.
All right, Traveler. We're about to enter the withering zone. Since you already have experience dealing with these things, you should already know what to do. But please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
I might be a bit underleveled for this, not gonna lie.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
This is why I brought that over here. I need to break that.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Everyone hold hands.
Let me scry.
Yeah! This may hurt a little. Think you can bully me? Diana, special! Make yourselves at home. A minute to live
Decided by destiny. Time for your arraignment. Incinerate.
This may hurt a little.
Vroom, vroom.
Now! Destroy the tumor of the withering. Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like...
It's that obvious, huh? Alright. It's like this. Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions.
That's actually crazy, though.
No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
Yes, I think I...
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to...
That's cool, actually.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. And as for the withering, it's emerged. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time, until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Okay. Gandharville, don't we have to... Isn't there a faster way to get back there? There probably is. Yeah, I might be coughing a lot, so just to let you know. Okay.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken... Huh? Wait, is that...
What?
Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do...
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did some...
Let me see what's written in the letter.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh?
Yes. Allow me to explain. After she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but I've got some emergency rations set aside for...
Wait, you want us to bring...
Let's find out. Here. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you...
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that she could adeptly And if I may ask, when I was telling you to... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, because what you saw is of significant importance. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Ruka Devata. We took an oath. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned... When you passed out, your consciousness... I could try to tell you more, but...
that sounds nice.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special... Please.
Okay. I might speed through this a bit, Jack, because I need to, do some... I wanna get through this so I can make a video on Sumeru. I intended to do one from Inazuma.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia. Also, here's a letter that I would like... No.
I'll just, like, go back to them. Oh, God. I think I'm better off, yeah. Let me put the statue of the sibling there.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Whoop. Hello? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Viganara. Sinara, or the Gar, I forget, but I have them. I've done the requests, so, like, I don't know if this is really important shit, so I'm gonna just skip, like, any dialogue that comes around.
There you are! Hypatia! There's no way we can get her to eat in her... Huh? Huh? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh.
It's the 3D clip song right now. It was... I think I know it still. It's R1. It's... Okay, I Forget it, but I got the first part. I don't know like all the words.
Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Motion to compel.
What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Written in the stars.
Pew pew!
Delve into destiny. Incinerate! Boom!
Yeah! Committed to memory. This way, Furina. Pew pew! Everyone hold hands. Look at you, Furina. Shake your ass.
Decided by destiny.
Grow.
Time for your arraignment. Motion to incinerate.
Think you can bully me? I see everything.
Let me scribe.
Committed to memory.
Boom!
Whoop. Let's go, let's go. Scratch that. Motion to compel. Yeah, yeah.
I need to go to Statue of Severus to do that shit.
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
It's Inazuma.
Everyone hold hands. I see everything. Yeah. Hey! Think you can pull it? Incinerate! Shake it and stick got me back to Sayona Special! Motion to compel! Incinerate! Shadows of fate! Fate is upon you! Growl, growl, growl! Think you can bully me? Committed to limit! Let me scribe! Motion to compel! Inadmissible evidence! Boom, boom! Leave my space! Shake it and stir! Motion to compel! Look at you, Furina! Delved into destiny. Decided by destiny. Everyone hold hands!
managed to avert countless crises before. Your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is the bonds of love and family which drive. But don't you fret now. Today...
So we just died. Let's go. Okay.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey! Anyways... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature Sweet Madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tighnari came to visit.
Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already washed it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch, too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte. Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally. Anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn Ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit...
Whoa! You're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher, after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Archon at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the Academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great
Well, it turns out that your refusal